All right, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome back to another episode of Devil's Den. And tonight, we are here to go over the 2-1 loss against the Los Angeles Kings. So, tonight was a little bit of a weird game because we did not play badly. Like, at all. Like, we just didn't. We didn't play badly. We got beat on a couple of bounces, got beat from a couple of physical matchups, but overall, I don't think that this team did badly tonight. Like, absolutely not at all. However, I do think that we should discuss the fact that the Devils let down one of their own tonight, okay? And I'm talking about Nico Daws, who had arguably his best game as a Devil in terms of really flashy, show-stopping saves. How many glove saves does this man have to make before you guys decide that you want to score a goal? This game was totally winnable from the Devils' perspective. It absolutely was. The Kings did not get a whole lot of chances after the first period. The Kings did not, because we got outshot. Like, I think it was something like 13-5 at the end of the first. They were all over us in the first period. We were desperate at the end of the first period. But like second and third period, I'm sorry, they did not get a whole lot of like really high danger chances outside of the 3 glove saves that Daws had to make to keep the team in the game. How many glove saves does he have to make? How many saves does he have to make before you guys? Because let's remember, we got outshot like 13-5 at the end of the first period. But what was the score at the end of the first period? I'll give you a hint. It starts with Z and rhymes with hero. Okay? It was 0-0. Zilch. Zero. Nada. 0-0 at the end of the first period. So that game was totally within our grasp. The first goal the Kings score wasn't even because they played well. It was because Luke Hughes bobbles the puck along the boards on the power play of all times to give one up, and the Kings go down and they score shorthanded. By the way, with the initial save by Daws. The initial save is made by Daws, and Kopitar gets the rebound and puts it in himself. He goes, I won't get just one shot because the goalie will save that, but I'm going to get a second shot and put that in the back of the net. But it's all good because the Devils recuperate, they take a step back, they take a breath, they calm down, and they score. And now it's a tie game. Tyler Toffoli getting another goal, getting 2 goals in as many games. So Tyler Toffoli scores, and it's a 1-1 game. And for the majority of the rest of the game, second and third period, that's how it stayed. Things got pretty chippy. Hughes nearly fought someone. Hughes mouthed off, but Jack mouthed off, but I'm gonna get to that afterwards. I actually don't like what Jack did. But yeah, no, like this team, I don't want to say beat itself, because again, they didn't play badly, but like Nico Daws gives you every single opportunity to keep the game close and to win this game, and they give it up. The second goal that the LA scores wasn't even necessarily like a good goal. It was just them taking a shot from the point. Daws makes the save. It comes out. There's a scrum in front of the net. We can't take the guy in front of Daws, and Byfield just kind of lifts it over Dawes' leg. Again, Daws makes the initial save. And our guys, and again, it's not for lack of trying, but like you can't leave guys in front of the net, especially these Western Conference teams, right? With the Western Conference is full of these players that are big, broad, and heavy to move. And like you can't leave them in front of the net to just let Byfield and guys like that just keep wailing away until the puck goes in. Because there's only so many saves that Daws can make. I apologize. It's late at night. I'm making this video. There's only so many saves that Daws can make before the puck is inevitably going to go into the back of the net. Okay? The first goal was actually a good goal by the Kings. They crashed the net. The second goal was the good goal where they crashed the net. The first goal, they got the goal because we screwed up. Because Luke Hughes let the puck bobble over his stick and Kopitar takes off down the ice. Now, I really don't like it when players, rightfully or wrongfully, chirp other people. Okay? Jack Hughes goes on an almost near breakaway, okay? The Kings guy, who's chasing Hughes down the ice, gets his whole arm and stick around Hughes. So he's basically friggin' water skiing him down the ice, okay? 100% there should be a holding penalty, if not a penalty shot for Hughes there. Now, the refs decide they're not going to call it, which is well within their purview. They're wrong. That's 100% a penalty. If you want to, smack a guy's stick or you want to tie a stick up, that's fine. You can do that all day long, but you can't reach across a guy and hold onto him as he's, barreling down the ice. So, Jack doesn't get the call that he wants. I understand him being ticked. But then he goes and mouths off to the ref. I understand. He's trying to advocate for himself. He feels like he's gypped. Understandable. But then he does the first of two things that I don't like. I get he's frustrated. I get he's upset. But you can't take your stick and whack it off of the glass, realize you didn't break it, then go to the bench and just splinter your stick. Break your stick off the bench. I don't like that. Why? Because it lets the other team know that guy is unhinged. It lets the other team know I can rile this guy up until he makes a mistake. And newsflash, they did get him riled up. Because later on in the game, Jack Hughes gets pushed around, jumped a little bit, and targeted because the Kings know they can rile him up now. And it does. And him and Victor Arvidsson go to the box. Obviously separate boxes for separate teams. But they both go to the box for their own respective penalties. Arvidsson and Hughes are mouthing off the entire time. And what does Jack Hughes say? What does Jack say when he's in the box? Well, at least people, and I quote, people pay to see me. With the implication that people don't pay to see Victor Arvidsson. And I get it. Hughes is the bigger draw. I get it. He's a young kid. He's got a little bit of I wouldn't use the word ego, but he definitely has this air of nobility on the team. He's Jack Hughes. He's the star of the show, right? I get that. I get that he's frustrated. I get that he's upset. I get that he has to have some sort of vent, has to have some sort of outlet. But you know what the outlet should be? It should be putting the puck in the back of the net, which we'll get to that and after this, okay? The Kings know they can rile Hughes up, and they do, and it ends up being a penalty against Jack. Granted, also against Arvidsson for something else, but Jack ends up going to the penalty box. But guess what, Jack? You can't say the line, people pay to see me, and then lose the game. That's not how this works, okay? If you're gonna shit talk, and you're gonna get in your opponent's face, and you're gonna make comments like that, you better damn be sure that you win that game. Because if you don't, you kinda look like a dick, okay? And I understand that we all kind of want to be, he's young and he's frustrated. And again, if he just makes the comment and then New Jersey wins, I don't have to say anything. I may or may not like the comment, but you sure don't get to say that kind of stuff and then lose the game, okay? Which brings us to my last point. New Jersey, it seems like, has had, ever since the new system has been implemented, the new post-All-Star game break, the new system that's implemented by Ruff, it seems like this team has now zoomed in on the defensive problems, which is good, but it sort of feels like because we zoomed in on the defensive problems, we've sort of ignored or shunned the offensive problems that feel like are starting to creep up. So, if I may explain myself, okay? Tonight we lose 2-1, okay? New Jersey almost has 30 shots on net. You're telling me only one goes in? On a team with Jack Hughes, Tyler Toffoli, Jesper Bratt, and all of the offense, Dawson Mercer, Alexander Holtz, Andre Pulla. I can keep going. All of the offensive weapons at your disposal, and you can't score more than one goal. We look at the game. What was it? The last game we played, where again we only scored what, one or less goals. The Seattle Kraken game is fine. It's good, right? The Predators game we win, which is good, which is fine. But like we win that what, 2-1. The Kraken game we win 3-2, which is good. The Carolina game we don't score at all. It's not that the offense isn't showing up, because they are, and they're trying, and you can see them trying. But it sort of feels weird when you have all of the offense you could ever hope for, and we still can't score a whole lot of goals. And to be clear, I'm not asking for 4, 5, 6, 7 goals a game. I'm not. But it feels weird when you guys can score 4 or 5 goals in a night when we're down pre-All-Star game break to now, where it seems like we're getting 30 to 30 plus shots a goal on net, and one goes in. Now, granted, maybe the other team's goalies are just playing like Marty Brodeur, like Saros was during the Predators game. That could be totally fair. But what's the excuse with tonight? You were playing David Rittich. Riddick? Guy's a good goalie. He's a fine goalie. But did he play outstanding tonight? Not really. Did he have a Brodeur night? No. Nico Daws did. Did David Rittich play a good enough game to win? Yeah, clearly. He kept the puck out of the net. He did his job. But he wasn't that great. So I have to ask again, what's going on with the offense? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I am completely off my rocker. Maybe I am just maybe I'm talking out of my ass on this one. And I know that people don't like it when I get on people like Bratt or Hughes' back because they're the stars of the team. I get that. But I want to see more from these guys because I know they can do it. I know they can score a bunch of goals in a game. I get that, right? And Bratt's been scoring all year. So where's everybody else? Where's Palat? Where's Hughes? Where are the guys that normally are getting either goal per games or two goals every other game? I don't know. It feels weird that we have these really tightly contested defensive games, which is great. I'm not trying to complain about that. But it just feels like the outcomes of these games in terms of the goals are not reflecting the offensive potential. That's my takeaway from the last couple of games. With the team's offensive outlet as it is, it feels weird that the games that are being decided as 1-0 or 2-1 or 3-2 games. It seems strange is what I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna wrap it up there, guys. I will be doing a video for the Stadium Series game on Saturday, I believe that game is. So, until then, let's go Devils. Every single game. Playoff push is here. Playoff push is needed. We're gonna go to the Stadium Series. We're gonna beat Philadelphia, who just lost to the Maple Leafs tonight. Thank you, Leafs. And we're gonna get our butts back in the playoffs. So, until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Adios.